What's good with her? Real quick, I just want to make this video because I need to remind myself of this dream I had, and it was with an Iron Man movie idea. And off top, it's gonna sound weird as shit, but just fuck with me for a little bit. So basically, from what I gather in my dream, this was an alternate version of Tony. This is the Tony Stark that, you know, still the playboy that he is. He's not married to his assistant, Pepper Potts, and you know, all that. So it's just him still being a playboy. Pepper still his down ass assistant, you know, and all that stuff. So it starts off with the fact that, you know, something's happened, and you know, he's distraught and all this stuff, and you know, he's hurrying up, he's getting into the car and shit. And, you know, being him, he has an image to maintain. For some reason, I don't know why, in my dream, this is what happened. But he gets in the car, and, you know, backseat, obviously, I don't know if it's a limo or one of those Maybachs or something like that, whatever the case is. But he gets in the car, sits in the backseat, and Pepper Potts looks at him and asks him if he wants to talk about it. And he's all distraught looking, things like that. And so he just doesn't answer. He just sits back, puts his hand on his head, and at the same time, you know, he got two chicks in the car. Duh. So he got two chicks in the car, and then what did they say? They say something like, we'll entertain you to make you feel better, something like that, something along those lines, whatever. So they start fucking around, they start making out, doing some crazy shit and stuff like that. Pepper looks over and she rolls her eyes. Tony's still not engaging. He's like in his own zone. Something's terribly happened, obviously. And then all of a sudden, a voice comes into his ear, or earpiece. You know how he always has those earpieces and shit like that. And it starts talking to him and stuff like that. And he's like shook. He's like, what the fuck? How does this happen? And sorry, I'm not looking at y'all because I'm driving. But yeah, so as he's listening to the voice coming in his head, talking to him, saying some crazy shit, like, you know, been looking for you for a while, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Very villainy of a voice. Then, you know, the car, it goes to the car driving around, a good, nice wide shot of the car driving through the streets, stuff like that. It's making a turn, it's going down a street. And then all of a sudden, he goes to put on his glasses, and then his glasses, I guess, you know, he got this tech to where, you know, he sees all, or it's just that upgraded shit. But he goes to put on his glasses, and all of a sudden, as he's looking at his glasses, he sees his car driving. Like if somebody had a drone following his car, he sees the video of his car driving like in real time, and then he looks and he's like, what? And he has that what the fuck moment, and then he looks to his left, and then as soon as he does that, he sees a light, a flare, might be like a rocket or something like that. Something gets shot towards him. Then he looks back at his glasses like this. He's like, and then he calls out for Friday, and says drive or something like that. Also in this, oh yeah, so here's the thing too. He's never had a Jarvis. This is a situation where he's only had Friday as his AI help and all that stuff. So, yeah, no father figure, none of that stuff. He's just playboy, doing all that good shit. All right, back to the story. So, boom. After that, he sees the rocket fire. He looks at the glasses. Rocket fire's coming directly at him. He yells out to Friday, Friday, drive! Boom. All of a sudden, it hits a car on the side of them. That shit explodes. And then Friday takes off. She's mapping out, you know, not directions, but pathways or all that navigation shit like that. Pepper, she's holding on, trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. Two chicks sitting there like, what the fuck is going on? And then he's still listening to the person in his earpiece, and he looks at his, you know, looks in it. Then this film shot goes back to the glasses. Another shot comes through from whatever is tracking him. Boom, hits another vehicle and all that stuff. They're driving. Then he yells out again, get us underground, drive, get us underground. And then as she's mapping out or telling him where she's about to head to, he notices that, on the other lens, that it's tracking where she's trying to go. So then he quickly tells her, he quickly says, shut up, just drive, don't explain. She does. She starts driving, and then he calls out a code word or something of that nature, because obviously he notices whatever they're doing or trying to go is being reverted back somewhere. So he calls out the code word, and then Friday says acknowledge. They drive in, big ass chase scene, boom, 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 shit's blowing up. Obviously car guy handles is just hitting the corners, all that good shit. Then as they're driving, Friday yells out, located. And what that means is she located whatever that code thing was that Tony yelled out. Then chase goes, this and that. They get to a safe place, and then come to find out that the code word was for Friday to scan everyone. And that's because obviously somebody's either bugged or somehow somebody's not who they should be. And then from there, comes to find out that one of the girls was bugged, or whatever the case is, you want to call it, bugged on him. And that's how they were listening in on to what he was saying. Even though you know how these movies go, even in the earpiece, it's like, what the fuck, you shouldn't be hearing what I'm saying. They can hear what you say anyway. But I guess his tech got hacked somehow, whatever the case is. And then another explosion happens wherever they're hiding out at. The car comes out, boom, goes through a wall or something like that. And then all of a sudden, he looks at the glasses again, and the thing is still tracking them, and he tells her to stop the car. Boom. He stops the car, he gets out, and he looks, and it's one of his Iron Man suits that's tracking them and was firing at them the whole time, stuff like that. And as he looks, he's like trying to figure out what the fuck's going on, and then the voice comes through again and says, me and you have a lot of history, and we're gonna end this once and for all. And it comes out to be the Mandarin, which was dope. Not in the suit, but he somehow hacked, did something, whatever the case is, took over one of his suits and shit like that. And then I can't remember what happened after that. But other than that, it was a nice ass opening scene. The Mandarin, what happened after that? The suit didn't blow up, but the suit went to go attack him. But obviously, he stays ready. And in the back of the trunk pops, boom, and the suit intervenes from the hacked Iron Man suit from attacking him. And through the glasses, you see the Mandarin shows his face, shows his whole get up and shit like that. And it's like the real Mandarin that everybody wanted and shit. It was fucking dope. But yeah, I had to get that off my mind, because that shit was like, oh fuck, this dream is dope. Deuces.